We talking sprint culture, we talking track and field. When the gunshot lick it, give a man the chills. We talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes their name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. There's nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you show you ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah, we talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.
Yes, 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 yes. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Oh. It's going to be one of those nights. Drink's got a bit of a kick. My water's got a bit of a kick. What's good, my people? Welcome to another episode of Sprint Culture Live. I'm your host, Anson Henry. This episode is brought to you by Nourishment, or in other places, Nutriment. Are some of you guys lactose intolerant? If you are, it's not going to be good for your belly. This is definitely going to make your belly run, but it tastes so good. It tastes so sweet that you're not going to care. Nourishment. It's worth the belly run. For those of you all who don't already know, if you head over to heartbreak.run and you enter the code Sprint Culture, the discount code is Sprint Culture, you will get a 10% discount on all running apparel. Heartbreak.run has everything you need: the spikes, the gear, anything you can think of running, they got it. It's a different game right now, yo. You know, the equipment, it's a factor. It's a factor. So if you don't have the shoes, you're bound to lose. Head on over to heartbreak.run. Maxime, what are you saying, yo? I've been seeing some of the people saying what's up in the chat. What's going on, yo? It's been a minute. It's kind of an impromptu live. As usual. Real talk, I see you in here. I see you in here all the time. You can't be creeping in here. I know you're in here, girl. Okay, I'm gonna have a couple guests tonight, but before I get into that, I just want to just go over a couple of. Actually, let's even before we get into any track stuff. Yo, did y'all see that Shannon Sharpe Instagram live? Oh man, see you later. What you say, yo? Yo, that Shannon Sharpe Instagram live was crazy. Everyone's talking about it, and I'm talking about it now. I just have some questions. I got some questions because, all right, I'll just be honest with you guys. I reviewed the video, okay, like all of you guys did, but I was very interested in some things that didn't make any sense. So I really dissected. Okay, now when I dissected. This is so crazy that I'm going to talk to you guys about this. Look, I heard in the video, for those who don't know about the Shannon Sharpe Instagram live, his Instagram live went on mysteriously while he was having sex. Okay, now when this happened, you could hear the talking in the background. You could hear the girl he was with. You could hear him. Now, you could distinctly hear him say, "Put it in." I heard him say that. Right? Reggie, it must have been it was about 51 seconds. 51 seconds from that part of the video to when he actually, when the response when when he got that one off, yo, it was like 51 seconds. Now I seen him on his show the following day. He admitted to it, but he's promoting all kinds of sex products that he's selling, and these pills that he's taking that, he's bragging about how he put it down, but I'm really like, dog, he didn't really put it down, dog, because I reviewed the video. It's 51 seconds. What 51 seconds? 51 seconds. I'm going off the video I seen. And if there's another video out there, y'all let me know. But 51 seconds isn't going to push the product very well. Now, if people buy it off of what he said on his show, cool. But if they review the video, like I reviewed the video, I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about track and field. Did you guys enjoy the Diamond League final? I'll be honest, all these meets I watched after the Olympics. First off, the first meet I saw after the Olympics, I can't remember what it was. It was Poland or something like that. I was like, respect to all the medalists that showed up. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's all about. I said some shit like that in a tweet. Just because after the championships, it's cool to see some medalists out there, right? But as the summer kept going on, man, I was like, this shit is kind of dead, yo. Like, it was the moment when I was like, wait a second, like these cats don't really want to be out here running. Not only the fact that the competitions didn't have the same luster as the Olympics, but when I see Noah at the U.S. Championships chilling with Lewis Hamilton and his girl and just watching tennis and just chilling, I was like, yo, this is what people want to be doing right now, yo. They don't want to be out there running after the championships. And then everyone's dead tired. The times, they're not going to be able to duplicate what they're running before. Some people, it's the non-medalists that have the motivation because they want to go show up some people that want some medals. They still got motivation. It's like the people who won shit are kind of holding on. It was championships. Well, as you guys know, championships, the global championships. It's the Red Cup. The global championships is ending the season next season, and I think that's necessary. I think it's necessary. Speaking of medalists that didn't compete after they won their medal, actually brings me to my guest. Pick up the one named Melissa Jefferson.
Hello.
Gunshots every day, all day. What's going on with you, girl?
Nothing. Just chilling.
You look like you're chilling hard. You look like you're enjoying the off season.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the off season. Were you aware of the tweet that I put out about the medalists?
Oh, about not going back overseas to run or just like racing at all?
Did you see that? Did you see that tweet?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of that tweet?
Why go back?
I'm taking that tweet back too. I'm just saying, I'm not going to delete it because I don't delete tweets unless it's absolutely necessary. But that tweet, I really shouldn't. People should have been chilling. I seen a bunch of people. People were what was Letsile doing, yo? This cat was running everywhere.
He was out there, but see, he was out there just having fun. Like you could tell he was out there just having fun. Like you either was going to see that, or you were seeing people who did medal who was like, basically, are they doing it because you probably get an appearance fee, and you normally go there, the appearance fee is good, the vibes are good, you got a long-standing relationship with the meet itself. I get it; it all makes sense, but I don't know. Me personally, I didn't go back overseas because I only had like 4 Diamond League points to begin with. And then I would have had to either stay in Paris or stay overseas from Paris until maybe literally stay overseas until like the rest of the meets are over. And I was not about to do that. So
right.
Once I got home, I was like, I tried. I went to 2 practices. And that Sunday night before that Monday practice, I text my agent. I was like, yeah, I think I'm calling it. I'm calling it quits. I'll see y'all good folks next season because I'm done.
He was cool with it.
Yeah, after I explained to him, like, I knew for a fact I was gonna go over there and not be 100% in it, because I was asking myself, like, why am I going over there to do this? Like, I feel like I had a season where I had nothing else left to prove, and I wasn't gonna be putting myself out there knowing that I wasn't gonna be all the way in it just for somebody to be like, oh, they got me on that day. Nah.
And
See you next year.
They would have been dying to get you, yo.
Especially with me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because they probably felt like you snuck in there, yo. They would have came at, what you got in that cup? I know it's not no water anymore.
It is. It's actually water. This is my cork-sickle cup. I use these cups only for water. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
All right, yo. So I want to bring up something that I feel like I should. Okay. I interviewed Melissa the year after she won the U.S. championships on this show that I used to have called Sprint Reviews, right? And I basically, if y'all don't remember, I interviewed Fred Curley, Marvin Bracey, and Trayvon Burmel, and then Melissa I had interviewed as well. And I was gonna release the episode, and I was like, you know what? Because at the time, her season wasn't going that well. I was like, you know what? It may not be the best time to release this. I should probably just wait a little while. And then the season ended up not going well. So I was like, it didn't make sense to release the episode. And on air, I wanted to talk about that because in your mind, you're probably wondering, well, what happened with the interview? But in general, like journalistically, people kind of view these kind of things, right? It's just the timing was right. Yeah. Right. But with that, I want to kind of lead into Coach Goodman, right? Because there was a time when I was saying that, two people can really still be cool, but this coaching situation doesn't work anymore, and they may have to part ways. I said that's on Ray's show, I believe. And you and Coach Goodman were trolling me for weeks. I was getting messages from you, from him, from I don't know if it was your nephew or your little brother or something, talking all kind of stuff, right? But was it difficult to make the decision that you're gonna have to join a new group?
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, not that I had to join a new group. It was more so about leaving Coach G, but they kind of like tied into each other. So yeah, it was hard. Like that was not an easy decision for me to make. It felt like I was going through a breakup. Like honestly.
Serious.
Yeah, because like
it was tough to actually make the decision.
Yeah, because it was tough to make. The decision itself wasn't tough. It was more so about having a conversation. Like the conversation is what was painful, just because like we knew that this could potentially happen. Didn't see it happening as soon as it did. But then like stuff just kept happening back to back to back that lined up me making the decision that I made up. So it was like, okay, yeah, this
like what, like results or like what?
No,
like what kind of stuff?
Not results. It was like he had got presented with a job opportunity, and then not only that, like
USC.
Huh?
USC, University of Southern California.
Oh yeah, USC.
Yep.
And so then it was a matter of like whether or not me leaving one place where I'm still technically in a collegiate system, and then going to another one, like even though they have professional athletes over there, I felt like for me, my biggest issue or my biggest factor going forward is that I knew that I needed training partners, and I wasn't going to have that even if I went to USC. Like, yeah, I could train with the girls that he had there, but they're on a different track. Even though they race and be at the same races as us, or they'll go to USAs and stuff, like that's what you're training for. I'm not training for that. I'm training to race up to 8 to 12 times a year and every time I touch the track, those 8 to 12 times a year, to be in top tier shape, or to at least like run as if I'm not in a heavy training block or something like that. So I feel like that was the biggest thing for me. And then with just that really was it. Like I know I needed to be in not only like have training partners, but then that aspect of it being like a professional atmosphere, and it actually feeling like this isn't just, oh, I do school, I come from school, or I come from classes, go to practice, blah blah blah, blah. Like, no, this is my actual job now.
Breaking up is hard to do. Big up the one named Coach Goodman, by the way. Big him up.
For sure.
Those who are joining right now, this is Melissa Jefferson, Olympic bronze medalist in the 100 meters, now training with Star Athletics. Everybody here, big her up. If you guys got questions, throw them in the chat, both on Instagram, both on YouTube. YouTube, it's hard to see sometimes, but if you throw it in that super chat, I will see it immediately, and you'll get your Sprint Culture gunshots. And I'll read your question out. And I'll say this again: if it's stupid, if I feel like you're being stupid on purpose, I'm not going to read it. But if it was stupid by accident, I'll read the question. Okay. So I was thinking, that situation was kind of similar to Christian's situation, because I had a show just after the U.S. Championships when Christian Coleman didn't make the team, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just this situation doesn't seem, he's not evolving. Something he needs to change. And might have been 2 or 3 days later, he had announced that he's joining your group. What's it? Have you been at training? Well, your season was done, so I don't know if have you been at training while he's been there at all?
Yeah, he came, like, we were there. He came, what was that? When we got a little bit after we got back from USA's. Like, it wasn't like right away, but it wasn't like too long after either. Like, it was definitely before we went to Paris. So for that little stint.
Okay. Right. Actually, and I remember that.
Know,
I remember that. It was...
Yeah. I'm gonna say I don't know a lot about it. I showed up in practice, he was there. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. It took a lot of people by storm. I really wasn't surprised. As far as where he chose, I might have been a bit surprised, but I didn't. When I thought about all the different pieces, I was like, okay, maybe it makes sense. But he ended up having a pretty good season, man. Like after Paris, man. If Fred didn't wear those Nikes, he would have been on the team.
Yeah. I mean, that 100 meters, this is stacked. Like, you don't never know who's gonna do what on what day. It's crazy.
That's the beauty of it. You're with Nike right now, right? What portion of your contract are you in right now? Like, is this a time within the contract where you can make some negotiations? You got to kind of wait it out. Where are you at as far as that? You're an Olympic bronze medalist now.
Yeah. So when I signed with Nike in 2022, I'd signed a 5.5-year contract though. So my option year isn't until LA. So
for real?
Yeah. So I'm in smack dab in the middle of mine right now, and I'm enjoying every minute of
it. Okay, but you're happy. You're happy.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a situation where you're stuck in something where you feel like you're not being valued at where you're at. You're damn. Okay.
Yeah. No. Nah, I feel like I'm in a real good spot, and if I keep on the track that I'm going, I'm gonna be happy for a very long time.
Okay. No, I like to see some of y'all making it. Yeah. Check this. Are you gonna go watch Athlos?
So, I was actually thinking about going to go watch. I had an opportunity to actually be a part of the meet, but I did not have it in me to hold on all the way until. Yeah. So, but no, I definitely was going to go watch it. Well, thinking about it at least. Nothing's set in stone yet, but I probably will. If I have time to, I will.
Yeah. Let me ask you a couple of different, just maybe difficult questions, maybe not. Do you feel like there's an imbalance in track and field between the men and the women?
Like
Have you ever
imbalance as
felt like
far as what though?
attention, money, the notoriety, I don't know, as far as people that have pull? Do you feel like the men have an edge? Do you feel like there's an imbalance as far as that, or do you feel like the men are getting more of the spotlight?
Right. If I had to choose as of right now, no, I think it's kind of leveling out a bit. If you were
Right.
to ask me this, maybe like last Olympic cycle, yes, the men definitely had an edge, but I think now it's starting to even out a bit. Because even though like this year, like some people will argue like the men's 100 was more exciting to watch than the women's 100 was, because there may have been people missing, or just fans wanting to see certain matchups, right? I get it.
100%.
But
Nah, that was clear. Yeah.
yeah, but it's also like, I don't know, I still feel like I feel like up until the final of the men's 100, like the women was still something that the women's race was still something that people were looking forward to see. Like everybody
Mhm.
else, like throughout the season was just like, oh well, the men ain't running fast, or they're not doing this, or they're not doing that. It was more so just like, it's like how I was saying earlier, you never know who's gonna do what on what day. It was kind of like that. It was just like, oh yeah, the men are racing, but then it didn't get excited until the people who was on the line was actually on the line, and then you saw the race, and it was like, what the freak is like, what was
Yeah.
that? So, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I really feel like it is starting to balance out some.
Yeah. Do you think that the men are holding back the women in track and field?
Mm, no, I don't think
I
so,
think what I'm trying to.
because
No, go ahead.
no, I was about to say I don't think so, because like now we're at a point in sports where women are kind of in the driver's seat a little bit. Like
Right.
we're getting that's like I said, like I just feel like now there's no like crazy gap, for real. At least in track and field, there's no crazy gap. Like everything
In
is
track
kind
and field,
of.
I'm talking about. Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no like crazy gap. I feel
Right.
like it's all like leveled
Uh,
out now.
before I go on, Brian Lewis, former gold medalist with Team USA, said great job this season, and Lechevre said, Melissa, you're so fine. Yo, she got a husband. No, a fiance. It's fiance, husband, fiance,
Yeah,
husband,
fiance, husband in
fiance.
5 months.
Husband and family. He plays football.
Yeah, he
It's
I'm
not an easy one
surprised
to
he ain't
snatch.
getting
This
these
ain't this
compliments
ain't an
yet.
easy one. This ain't an easy one to snatch up.
But thank you,
Yeah.
to the person who said I had a great season. Thank you.
Right. So check this. What I'm really getting at is I'm a bit confused as to why they're having a women's only track meet. I feel like it's off brand for track and field. I've spoken about this a few times, but usually with men. And I'm not trying to, what I'm saying, I know you got to support the women, and
Hmm.
but I was watching this brand the other day on Alexis Ohanian, the guy who's running the meets, Serena Williams' husband. And the women in the video are kind of like, yeah, we're finally gonna get our shine, and yeah, we can show what the women are all about. And I was watching this like the women were already killing it in track and field. We're always I don't even think about. There's never been a situation where I'd be like, oh, I'll watch the men in this, but I won't watch the women. It's always been like certain years. Sometimes the men have the edge, sometimes the women have the edge, but that's the way track and field is branded. Like the men and the women cohesively
Hmm.
work well together, and that's what separates track and field, I think, right? So I was wild. Like I've been kind of poking at it and some of the stuff I've said. Actually, me and Aaron Brown, your training partner, we argued about this for about 3 hours, right? Live. I didn't post it, but we were going back and forth about it. And I mean, at the end of the show, when it's just me, I'm gonna really break it down. But I was just curious as far as how women felt about those two questions I just asked you, because I wasn't sure what and why, and I'm not sure if you have an answer for that.
I I think honestly, it has nothing to do with it being in the world of track and field. I think it's something that's trying to appeal to the outside world of track and field to get them into track and field as a whole. I think for me, that's my take on it. I feel like that's where this is going. Like it's definitely uh something worth being a part of. Like I wish I could have done it. But also like I think now everybody is in a space right now where you have some people who are literally trying to bridge the gap and find where the disconnect is with the outside world and the track and field world. Like when it comes to football or basketball, you know, you'll always have enough people if whether or not they know something about um football or basketball, or if they know nothing at all, the one thing in common that'll always like they'll always know is that okay, during the fall it's football season, or the Super Bowl is in February, and everybody looks forward to the commercials or something like that. There's always something to hang on to, right? Or something that grasps everybody's attention. Whereas with track and field, we're still in a space where people literally think we train for 4 years straight and only run every 4 years. Like that's bad. That's not good. So I think what Alexis is trying to do is just find ways, at least right now, to sort of bridge the gap a little bit. And he might have saw the easiest way to do it at the moment is to do a women's only meet. Because when you do stuff like that, it raises an eyebrow. It raises attention. Like it brings up questions, like questions you ask, like why is it only a women's only meet? Something like that. But it gets people talking about it.
Interesting
Mhm.
take.
But that's what I
All right, I'm
think.
not gonna drag.
I don't know for sure, but that's what I think.
He needs to hire you on his media team, because he hasn't said nothing like that yet. But that would kind of cool off a lot of people. What you just said,
Mhm.
for the stuff I've been hearing him say is nothing remotely close to that. But I mean,
Mhm.
who knows, man? I know. Someone like him would have people kind of monitoring what the word on the street is as far as what people are saying. So I'm
Mhm.
sure a lot of stuff that people are saying against it or not for it, he's aware of. So he'll probably come across that's what you just said and use it. You should probably knock on his door for a check.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Hey, you watch, Leo, what are you saying, yo? Check this. Did you watch the Diamond League final?
I did. Okay, I watched it in bits and pieces, but I couldn't really watch because I was on my way to the airport. But I saw some of the races.
Track people do not watch track.
No, okay, I will say this though.
And the fact
I
you
am
weren't even
diligent.
watching
I am
the
diligent.
Olympic
If I was
bronze
only
medalist was not watching the Diamond League final. My
Anson, I was
God.
driving. I was driving. I could not watch and drive. I was on my way to the airport.
The meet was 2 hours each day. You know, it was 2 days.
Well, no, the second day
What happened
I had
was
plans. I was out of town. I had plans. I tried. I had the results on my phone though. I will say that.
look,
The link is always up on
don't
my
worry
phone.
about it. Don't worry about it, man. Just don't worry about it. Check this. When you're training with people that you really, really want to beat, right? And you go to a championships and you get to a final and you both are sharing the same coach, right? What are the challenges that come with that, if any?
For me,
Because it's the final. Okay, when you get in the final, it's Vegas. Anything can happen, especially in that final.
yeah.
It was kind of like with the
Well,
rain and everything. You didn't really know. A lot of people had a chance to do something. Um, and you almost had a silver medal, really.
yeah, I almost did.
So it's like you come down to that final. You want your coach, which you. This could be you don't know when another final could possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just what the nature of the sport. So was it challenging in any way?
No. I'm gonna tell you exactly how this went, right? Because we
Yeah.
was three of us, all three of us was in different heats in the semis. So
Mm.
basically, like we all had coach's attention for every single round, and then once we got through, because I was the first heat, so by the time I got back, I got straight on the table. I didn't know what else was going on around me. Like thinking about it now, most of it was like a blur because it was just like all happening so fast. And it was crazy because like by the time I got done with my race, and then I was like, oh, well did Carrie and TT come back? And they were like, oh, not yet. So I was just like, okay. So I kept doing what I was doing on my phone, listening to my music on the table, getting worked on. And then coach came back there and he was like, this is what we want. This is the one you've been wanting right here. I was like, yep. And then he literally like we all have like our own relationship with Dennis. And so he's telling me one thing, he's telling TT another thing, he's
For
telling
real.
Carrie other thing. He might have been telling us all the same thing. Who knows? But all I know is what he told me. But we train like that all the time. Like at the end of the day, we're a family, but we all know, even coach knows, when we get on that line, like I don't know you. Love you to death, but I don't know you. So I'll see you at the finish line when this is over. And so like when it came down to it, it was just like, hey, we know we all knew what we could go out there and possibly do. It was just a matter of getting it done. And it was crazy because like I like at USA's and at the games, I did the exact same thing, but at different times. Like I literally broke at the last 10 meters of the race both times. So it was like, dang it, Melissa, like come on. But it was still like I was still happy because like I have been through so much this year. So but yeah, like when it comes to coach, like he always tell us he gives us all the same tools. It's just a matter, it's up to us on whether or not we use them and how we use them.
So he's good at giving y'all the attention y'all need individually.
He's very good at compartmentalizing.
Yeah. I like Dennis, you guys wouldn't view Dennis how I did. Like when I was coming up, Dennis was sprinting. Like he was like one of the ones. Like he was always up there. He would just miss the podium sometimes, or he'd be in contention all the time. I don't even know if you really realize who your coach is, yo. Like he was on levels, yo.
Yeah. So I'll be going back and watching some of his videos sometimes. Cause
He
I
was a
do that.
maniac too.
I'm a track it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back and
Well,
watch
just so
the
you know,
videos now. Huh?
yeah, I had you chosen to make the team. I'll be honest, I
Thank
didn't
you.
have you on the podium. I didn't have you on the podium in Paris. I'm sorry, I didn't. So that was a slap in the face to
It's
me.
all
I
right.
take it.
It's okay.
I
Look,
wouldn't be the only person
I
you
would say
surprised.
that's what I'm saying though. But I'm telling you, Anson, the fact that you can actually say that, that means a lot because you know how many people and probably came up to me like, "Oh my gosh, congratulations! I just knew you was gonna." No, you didn't.
Hell
But
no,
it's all right though. It's okay. It
It's
is
better that way.
okay.
Look, even with all the predictions I make, I kind of like being surprised, yo. I don't really. Who wants to know the future, yo? I want to be surprised. So yeah, I would know it was a pleasant surprise too because I actually know you, right? A lot of people I can't remember the 3 people I chose, but it's not people I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, that was really good to see you get up there, yo. So are you gonna run indoors? No, you're not. Dennis don't like indoors. But
No, I
I'm
didn't.
curious
I
how that's
actually
gonna.
did not mind. I actually didn't mind not doing indoors this year.
Yeah, I don't know how Christian's gonna feel about that because he's
Hey, I
an
don't know.
indoor dude, man.
Look, that don't got nothing to do with me.
I like, yeah, you ain't trying. Yeah, I know you ain't saying nothing about
Mm-mm.
nobody. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. But check this, Melissa. Look here, my next guest has just showed up, yo. So check this out.
Okay.
I don't want you to be a stranger. I want you to come back on again. Leading into Athlos, I want us to talk about Athlos or just after Athlos. All right.
Okay.
Because and I'm gonna really get in on this Athlos stuff after the show when you're not on camera with me because it may not be something you want to be a part of.
Okay.
I'm not shitting on nothing. I just got to speak my mind about some shit. That's it. But big up the one named Melissa Jefferson, 100-meter Olympic bronze medalist. Many more medals to come. Big you up every time, yo. Respect.
Thank you.
Respect for always being in the chat, yo.
Thank you. See you later.
Respect, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Melissa Jefferson. It's big fish, man. Big fish. She's only going to get faster. Bronze medalist training with the silver medalist and former world champion. It's going to be something serious. So, speaking of Athlos, as you guys know, there's no field events. There's no field events. Matter of fact, Grand Slam track. You know, it's pretty promising. We've been hearing a lot about it, a lot of expectations from it. No field events. So, I mean, I think we need to talk to someone in the field as far as that's concerned. So, who better to talk to? I'm gonna butcher your last name, dog. Then Andreas Trajkovski.
No.
Not even close. Trajkovski.
Like
That's easy to say.
Trajkovski. Exactly, man.
Andreas Trajkovski.
You're not the first one. You're not the first one to misspell it.
Trajkovski. I tried to get all European. Trajkovski. I did too much. Trajkovski is very easy.
Trajkovski.
It's very Western.
Very Western. Yeah.
Big you up, dog.
Father.
For those who don't know, yeah, he jumps. But he's the owner and proprietor of Jumpers World, which you must be very aware of if you're on Instagram because they're everywhere. So big you up for that. A lot of people wouldn't even think that the person who runs it is still competing because it's very active. It's been around for a while. It's a very strong brand. It's very active. How are you able to manage that while still competing? Before we get into this other stuff, let's just talk about that real quick.
That's a good question. A lot of time management, I think. Being a lot of as an athlete, we always try to be the best version of ourselves. And to me, I have been doing this for a very long time, since college, since back in 2015 when I was in junior college, actually. Same year that Fred Curley was in JUCO. So I've been doing this for a very, very long time.
That long? Jumpers World's been around since 2015?
Yeah, but here's the but. We got actually taken down in 2017 due to copyright. So I had to start all over again.
Oh, what was
so
following?
We were almost at 100K, and then it got disabled, and I took one decision: do I just start over or do I just quit? And I took the decision of starting over, and now we're at 650K right now today. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's been a long journey,
so
man.
You got back.
I got back and better. Yeah.
That must have been tough, man. That must have been tough. Yo, I'm feeling at the top, yo. What you got on there, yo? That's some Jumpers World apparel.
That is the new brand I'm launching here in October 5th. JVS, Jumpers World Sportswear, founded by professional athletes, developed by myself and some of the designers. Been doing this for 2 years now in development, traveling to different places around the world to find the right factories, the right materials. It's been a long journey, but I'm super excited to launch it for the public next month. So
that's right, man. You gonna try to sponsor some athletes down the line?
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, as you probably know, for your own, you've been a professional athlete before, but a lot of people struggle being, going professionally, even though they are professional athletes, if you know what I mean, in terms of times and talents and all that. But, when you go to NCAAs and you see the finals and you see the 100, it's usually the top 3 that gets a deal, like a contract deal. But then the rest have to fight for their food, have to, take a job, 9-to-5 job, do training. But we want to change that for those athletes in the future. We really want to try to help those who doesn't get the benefit that they deserve, and really want to try to help those athletes as well as the para-athletes as well. So that is our mission for that in the future.
That's cool, man. That's tight, man. I'm glad to see you got that going on, man. I think that when someone who has done it before becomes a proprietor or something, that you'll usually have a good understanding of the landscape. So I always like to see that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Let's talk about how the field events are getting neglected. It's happening a lot.
Yeah.
I was very guilty of it before I got a long jumper wife, and it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I have a lot more appreciation for the jumps than I used to. Little known fact, I used to long jump.
What? What did you
I
jump?
was the bronze medalist at the Canadian Junior Championships in the long jump. They just threw me in it. I ain't have no training. I could jump. I played a lot of basketball.
730, 740, 7 something?
No. I was a junior, man. I was a junior. It was 704.
Not bad, man.
As a junior. No training. I think that with some training, I could have, because I could jump. I used to dunk on people a lot when I was playing basketball. I was a basketball player, really. For all y'all, I think y'all could take me out to court and let y'all know I'm old, but I'm not cold.
I wish I had genetics, man. I wish I had good genetics, like very, very good, but I had to work hard for it. So, you know what I mean? It's.
But yeah, man, y'all are getting punked, man. Y'all are getting neglected. What were your thoughts when? Well, first off, when Grand Slam Track came out and said they're not going to have any field events. I mean, what was your thoughts on that?
When I heard a track Grand Slam, I mean, to me, it's a good thing for the sport. I think it's a great way to promote the sport, promote the best athletes in the world, because, it is the greatest sport. I mean, in Olympics, it's the most viewed sport in the whole Olympics. So there has to be some change in the sport. Of course, it's very sad when you neglect like some other events, like the field events. But of course, we got to try to find our own way as well. It's the 100 is what the money is. So we cannot like hide that. We cannot it's what people want to watch in the TV is like 9 seconds, but they want to who's the fastest in the world. We need to promote us better, especially in the field events. We really need to promote us better. Like, how can we promote ourselves? We got big stars as Tara Davis now putting long jump on the map in the world, and we need more personalities like her to really say, look, what can we do to create something very big for the jumpers, but also for the throwers as well. But honestly, I think what MJ is doing, Michael Johnson is doing is absolutely amazing for the sport. I really want to try to help and see if we could do something together in the future. But right now, I feel like it's in good hands. But of course, it's maybe a little sad when the field event is not in the program as well.
Yeah, y'all get jerked a lot, yo. Especially even in the jumps, they keep on messing with you guys' rules.
Don't get me started with the rules now.
Let's get started, man. What, you didn't like the long jump zone stuff?
Nah, man, no. I hate it. And a lot of people say, "Oh, why don't you hate it? Why don't you love it? You can jump even further." Well, it's another fucking question. That's not even the whole thing. It's about like timing. It's about like, you know what I mean? Like you work so hard to get your stage right.
I get it. There's an art.
But people don't get it. The people doesn't know the jump doesn't get it, bro. You know what I mean? But
okay, but let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Have you not had a jump that was enormous, that you were just millimeters over the line? So
not that I have a jump before the board that was measured 8 meters, so plus 806 JUCO. But I knew it is When I won nationals, junior national JUCO nationals in 15, I jumped 7.86 meters there, but I was off the board.
Right.
But then I knew my potential. if everything is on point, I can do it. So it's just about a matter of time, man. And it's still like I'm 31 right now. I got a beautiful daughter now and family, so it's just a matter of time of how long I can do this. But I still think I have one more year next year, Amy. So, but we'll see. It all depends on how the business goes, man. Like if it's booming and it's going so well, like
then you're up out of there. You ain't trying to mess with track no more. I know
I'm trying to change some people's lives, man. That's what I'm trying to do. So, yeah.
Nah, I hear you. But with the zone, like I kind of Jade actually did a video on a compromise. She doesn't like the zone area, but at the same time, it's like, okay, like we're just a lot of jumps are being thrown out the window, and also people have to hold back a lot when, like, say you're coming down, say you got 2 fouls, you're coming down to your last jump, you gotta hold back, and when that happens, it just changes the dynamic of actually trying to jump long. It's more being safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I find that a lot of people end up doing in the long jump, which I don't necessarily want to see. I kind of want people to just, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you got to make that choice on just going and taking a foul. You know, eliminate some of the foul. I hate fouls. I'm not a jumper though, but I hate seeing fouls. Fouls
I hate to
ruin it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ruins it for the viewers as well. It just says non-jumpers. It's like, what the fuck? But that was far. So what?
Were you
I
at the
know what they
European
jump.
champs were you in the European champs at Rome? Did you see that? The European
No,
champs there.
I wanted to. I watched it. I watched it.
Right. I was right next to Tentokulu's coach, like Pomalski, watching him live. Let me tell you something. That competition there, God, I wish it was the Olympic final there, man. That was crazy. But he had a fall. He had a foul around age 70 plus, which is like almost 28 feet if the American viewers are listening here.
Right.
That guy's a freak of nature.
And
never seen anything like that.
Now. Right, and it's gone.
Huh?
That jump's
yeah,
gone.
It's gone. Exactly.
That doesn't bother you though? Like, come on, man. We want to see the numbers run up, man.
Ask him. I think it bothers him more than it bothers me because
of course.
He was 1 centimeter from the national record. Think about this. He's a 2-time Olympic champion, multiple world champion, European champion, but he doesn't have the national record.
He doesn't have their national record?
Nope.
Who the hell has that record?
Someone called Luis. Oh, I can't even say his name. Tsatsamas something. Yeah, he's a Greek long jumper, European champion, made back in 06, 07. He jumped with Irving Saladino and Dwight Phillips era.
I remember Saladino.
Yeah,
okay.
He jumped 866. He jumped one time 866 in Greece. And that's the only record. That's the only record he needs now. So he's very.
That's crazy.
It is very crazy.
Well, the long jump in general, do you feel like it's declined a bit?
Since when? Since
them times. Since Carl, even since Dwight, since Saladino, since
it declined a little bit until the last couple of years. I think when now Tentokulu and Mattia Fulani, the young kid from Italy, is on the way. I think those two can get some great battles in the future. We're seeing other young talents coming up, but I think it's changed, man. Like the whole long jump is, of course, changed. Like the 100 meters changed back from the 80s and 90s, But we have to understand also, like, it's a new thing. People are, like Carl Lewis is saying, like it's not the same event that it was 25 years ago or whatever, or 30 years ago. I can agree with that, but we are not the same. We're changing. So I don't know why we don't jump as far, but you probably know why. I'm not gonna say it, but
the drugs. You think it's the drugs? You think it's the drugs?
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying nobody is taking.
You don't have to say it, man. I'll say it. It was drug year back.
Yeah, of course they are. 80s,
not calling any names,
Germany,
but it was drug year.
No names here. No names here. I'm just saying
names.
That it was just way too easy now back then to take something and not get caught. But I think it's a good hands right now. I just wish we saw more people like dedicated to the long jump and getting 850 plus guys. We have some people coming up, Jamaicans now. I mean, those guys are jumping far now, man. We got some very great jumpers coming in. And I think the Greek guy is not taking this for granted. He's thinking, okay, cool. I gotta be on top on every meet right now, because if he doesn't, someone comes called Wayne Pinnock, or TJ Gale, or Carrie McLeod. Yeah, Carrie
Aaron
McLeod.
Yep. Mm,
A lot of people, man. Big talent.
yeah.
And then that's me.
Well,
and then that's me here chasing the 8 meters.
yeah,
So,
man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta throw yourself. You better, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to travel back in time, yo.
Travel back in time, just saying, to just be happy with it. So just enjoying the time now, man. Just enjoying being able to jump and compete with the best in the world.
Yeah, you know what?
That's me.
Honestly,
That's the kind of like
it took
how I
it took
feel.
me
'Cause,
to
like,
the end of my career to realize, look it, man, I wasted a lot of time stressing. I should have been having fun my entire career, yo.
I still have fun though.
I did one more year after I was done, just
Mhm.
because I kind of missed being at training and
Yeah,
stuff, and I
yeah,
trained
yeah,
like once a
yeah.
week. I was in broadcasting school. I was in a basketball league. All right, still training a little bit. I ran the exact same thing I did the year before.
Mhm.
Just chilling, just having fun. Like I think it's the stress puts a weight on you. You don't even realize it, yo.
Yeah, my wife doesn't really understand why I continue. She's like, "Come on, you gotta stop now." She's like, "But it's a
Serious?
passion."
Oh, that's tough, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, but she's also very supportive. That's very supportive.
Okay.
Of course she is,
Okay.
but it's just like more like a passion of mine. Since I was a little kid, it's like but there's always a stop point in life. We gotta do something else. But we'll see.
Well, you're
Hey, let's
obviously
talk
going to
about
make some
some.
big moves outside of the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? You obviously know what you're doing. You obviously have a sense for good events, what sells, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And we saw what I did like this summer. I complain about a lot of shit, but what I did like this summer was this Karsten and Mondo race.
Ooh, yes, man.
That was. I came off of watching that,
Semifinals.
and it was the first time in a long time where I was like, "Yo, man, I'm actually proud of track and field tonight, yo."
Did you expect the Mondo to run Gen 3? Like, did you really see that
No,
coming? 10-3?
I didn't.
No.
I
Honestly,
didn't.
me neither. Me neither. I was surprised.
That
I knew
that
he was
was.
fast, but not 10-3 fast.
He's a
I knew he was
phenomenal
fast, but
athlete,
not
man.
10-3. Of course, man. Like,
No, that's very, 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 very impressive. I kept flip flopping back and forth between who's gonna win.
yeah.
And
I was saying like this. I haven't seen Mondo rain for a long time. Like, even only with the pull exam. Like, that was the only kind of like fact I got from him. Like, to see, okay, he's pretty fast, but I didn't know, like, can he do a block start, acceleration phase, drive phase, top end speed? I don't even know.
right.
But I know Karsten. I
Is
know
he
Karsten be running a lot, so I know who he is.
right? Yeah, I thought
But
he was gonna close on him, but that didn't happen. You know
I
what I
think it's
want
end
to
of the
see?
season too. What do you want to see?
Yeah, I want to see Mondo race Fred, but with a pole.
So Fred has a whole pole as well. You say?
Yeah, they both wear a
Fred
pole.
doesn't
They
know
both
how to
use a
hold
pole.
the pole.
No, I'm
You
saying
think
though,
he
he's got to
can do
figure it out, yo. He can run. He's obviously faster. I want to see. And how far do they run? Usually about 30 meters.
I would say
When
40,
they do pole
45
vault.
meters. 40,
When they
45
pole vault,
meters.
that long?
Yeah.
40
Yeah.
meters?
I
Wow.
think I counted Monto steps. I think it was like 18 or 20 steps, I think. And then usually like 38, 90, 38, 39, 40
Okay.
meters. Yeah.
Right. So call it 40 meters, right? I want to see Fred and Mondo race to 40 meters with the pole.
Oh.
That's a race. That's a race.
I got
Those are
you.
the type of races I want to see after the championships. I don't want to see
No.
Diamond League races and shit like that. I want to see some shit that's kind of like, yeah, that's interesting.
Don't risk
You know what I'm
injuries,
saying?
man.
That's
Don't
the type
risk
of
no
shit I want to
injuries
see.
before Big Champ.
Yeah.
No. But maybe right after Tokyo, September, like right after. That would be cool. Like sponsored by Puma, sponsored by Nike, or sponsored by any big brand who want to put down some money to sponsor it. I mean, come on. I mean, there's tons of brands out there who people don't even know about who would love to sponsor that. Like, no cap. And I think that could actually be very interesting to do. But I also think it all depends on, of course, Mondo and Fred, how much they want in terms of appearance and everything.
I mean, that's usually what it comes down to. It's like
exactly, but still,
you know how much money.
Hmm?
Do you know how much money they got? How much money Mondo and Karsten got, if any?
I heard it was some rumors, but I don't know exact numbers, man. I don't know the exact numbers. I really didn't care
rumors
that
did you
much
hear,
right
man?
now. I care more about like how much
You don't
they can
care about
bring.
the money.
I do care about the
You
money.
don't care about.
I do care about the money. I do. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this business. So
right.
it's,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, yo.
I mean,
I want to know what they got, man.
But money comes with it, man. Money comes with it. You know, if you're good at something, money will come with it. It shouldn't be the motivation factor. Motivation factor should not be money. The motivation factor should be, you know what I mean? It's not what
100%. I totally
what I
agree
do.
with that.
I want to try help something. The reason why I started jumpers was not because of money. It was because I saw lack of attention of the jump events got. You know,
Right.
we got flow track, we got runner space back then. Way back, there's no highlights of the jumpers. Christian Taylor, Will Clay. Where could you find those athletes at? All right, jumpers will start back then, and now, yeah. So, you see what I'm saying? So it's be a long journey.
No,
man.
no.
I feel so old now talking about that. So. Yeah.
You ain't old, man. 31, man. That ain't old, man. Come on, that ain't old.
Oh, you 36, 35?
35. Respect, yo. Appreciate it. Pick you up for that. He said 30.
Dude, I don't
He said 35. You can go lower if you want. Go lower if you want. 35? You stopping 35? You want to go lower?
I'm just saying based on looks, you know. So take it as a compliment, man.
Based on looks. 35. 35? You got 35?
I got
final. 35 is the final. 35 is the final answer.
Yeah.
45, man. 45.
You're lying.
45, man. Google me,
I'm
man.
kidding. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. Respect.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
What do you think about the race, though? Like, what do you think about the race? About
that was the most entertaining race. Well, aside from the Olympic final, aside from the Olympic final, that was the most entertaining race all year. Easily.
Do you think they could do anything better? I think they could do something better. But
yeah, of course they could do something better if there's actual fast people. Like I put a post up the other day.
In terms of leading up to the race, I mean, they did a great job
what they
there.
did.
Yeah,
I'm
telling you about like the stands. Like you see, like how it was only one plate, like one side of it that was full of people.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
It made me wonder how much they tried to sell it. I don't know how much they tried to sell it, but they sold it enough to.
But
get
dude,
that
why
session.
sell it if you can just? I mean,
I think they could have filled it up more.
Why not just saying like, you know, I don't know how much they pay for, like they charge people, but imagine like a full stand, like free entry, and you can watch the greatest rivalry battle of the.
I think it would have been cool, but it would have had to have been full though. If it's going to be a small area but it's packed, I would rather that than a full stadium that have more people but it looks empty.
Yeah.
I'd rather that.
But I had my team there, like photographers there, taking pictures and everything. And they said that it was like very quiet right before the race started. Like very quiet, like very quiet. Yeah.
You mean like in the set position?
No. Before the whole event started, like before everything.
Oh, just like, the vibe wasn't. The vibe
wasn't there. No.
Really?
No yeah.
That's how it seemed on the stream.
No, but you know, stream can always, you know, you can always just.
You just ruined it for me, man. I thought it was live man. I didn't know that.
Well, I had people there that was working there, and taking pictures and everything, but it was, I was like, "Are you really serious?" And then they took some pictures and everything, and they're like, "God damn!" So very like it was just sitting on the phone, everybody on the stand, sitting on the phone, just waiting and everything. Like,
for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got to do some stuff to get the crowd hyped. They got to do some stuff to get the crowd hyped.
I think so. But I think they did a great job. Ripple did a great job. Great marketing for them, to be honest. Great marketing.
Yeah, I think they could have. It's a good starting point. I mean, for that problem, I think, you know what I'm saying? You can get some warm-up races. You know what
race do you want to see?
Undercards.
Other than Curly from Mondo, do you want to see anyone else run against each other? Like anyone?
Yeah, I'd like to see Tobogo and Noah in a deuce, or actually in a 150. Tobogo and Noah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I was talking about the 300 maybe. Not Noah Last necessarily, but I'm talking about like the
300
guy. What's his name? Yeah.
Matthew Hudson Smith.
Matthew versus I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him on. I'm gonna have him on, and we're gonna build that up a bit. But yeah, him. So I'm thinking him. Let's see, Yo, Quincy.
Quincy can run. Yeah.
He's the 400 meter champion, but I don't think he'd run that good of a 300. Like really,
You
his
think he has that
300
much
is-
speed? Like I don't think he has like
No,
he
I
has
don't think it's
speed,
300.
but that's
I think he gets
not.
smoked in the 300. I think he gets smoked in the 300. He
Mhm.
legit won that race in the last 50 meters. I don't know what the
Yeah,
heck
I
he
know.
did in the last 50 meters. But he was
I think his split was 11.6, right? 11.6.
yeah, he was getting dusted, man. He was getting dusted. So I wouldn't necessarily see him in the 300. I see Matt, Letsile,
Hmm.
Fred, Zarnell apparently wants to be in it.
Mhm.
Who else is there? Who am I missing?
You're missing.
I think that's a good race right there. Yeah, that's a good race right there.
Yeah, that's a good right there. Yeah.
Maybe you could put Kenny. Maybe you could put
Ooh.
Kenny Bednarik.
I
Could
think
put
he
him
can
in
run
there.
very fast in 300. But I don't think. I think Chabuga, the world record, will basically did a lot this year. I mean, he's probably the favorite to win. I think so. That's my take of it.
Yeah.
Chiboka, man. I mean, you of course you saw the 4x4 relay at Paris. I mean, come on.
I
He's
said he could
born
run
to
42 seconds. He could
yeah.
run 42
He's
seconds.
born he's born to run the 400. I think he's.
So you see it too.
I see it too, 110%.
He's Olympics gold medalist in the 200. We see that, yes, but I don't know.
I think he can double it. I think he can. If it works in terms of timetable, I think he can double up in Los Angeles 2 or 4. If he gets to, it'll be hard. It'll be super hard. But I think he can do it.
He could.
Why shouldn't he? Michael did it.
He can shoot while he's young too, and Michael did it older than him.
Exactly.
And Michael did it when it was 4 rounds each. That's the other crazy thing. So with his young legs, we've seen how much he's been running in the Diamond League post Olympics. Like he can run a lot. He's got to do it soon though. It would have to be in 28. Or he could do it at Worlds. Maybe he'll do it at Worlds next year and maybe not try it at the Olympics, but
I've been actually listening to a lot of you guys talk about, the 200 and Noah Lyles and the world record and everything like that. Do you think, honestly speaking, do you think that Usain Bolt's record will be taken down the next few years in the 200?
In the 200?
In the 200. 100, I don't believe at all. I don't.
No,
not in my lifetime. I'm sorry, not in my lifetime.
No.
I don't think people will. But 200, maybe.
The 100. What happened? But the 200, if Noah doesn't run the double and only focuses on the 200, yeah, he can do it. Yeah, you could do it. But he can't run the 100 though. The 100 is what's keeping his because even when he ran the 1930, he didn't run the 100 that year.
No,
he only ran the deuce.
That's also what I think why he didn't he couldn't maintain his form in the final for the 200.
Yeah, it obviously is taking a toll now, man.
You know what I mean? Like people don't understand like what Bolt did in 09. People really don't understand what he really did.
Right.
Running so many. Imagine running 4 rounds in the 200, not just 3, 4.
Right. Oh, it was still 4 rounds then.
It was
right.
4. First round, quarter, semi.
Yeah.
Final.
So 9:58 and 19:19 in one competition.
I mean, he was jogging 20.6 in the first round and 22, and then 22 again, and then 19:19. But you still have to consider that he had four races in his leg before that 200.
Yeah, we have a few comments here. Before I forget, someone's asking if Jumpers World has a YouTube channel.
We actually do, but we haven't actually focused on growing it because it's we are more like what I mean. We're more
that's
like
it takes a lot of time to grow a YouTube channel, especially if you want to. We are more on short form content, like short form content wise. So TikTok, Instagram, it's way better, easier for us to get our message out and everything out. So to answer this question, we do have it, but we're not as active as we want it to be. So yeah. All in the Game is saying in the 300 you could add Stephen Gardner, Michael Norman, Dream Richards.
Stephen Gardner, maybe. Stephen Gardner, I will put him in as well.
Yeah, I saw something in the 800. Did I see something in the 800 before? Someone said something about 800.
800.
I think someone said a thing, or maybe it was a 600. I saw a thing Mo and Keely. I Thingmo, Keely. Where is that, man? Whoever wrote that, write it again. Because I missed it. Where the heck did it go?
So the comments on YouTube or what?
That'd be a good
I
race.
seen in our comments. Yeah.
If you click, you'll see right there on the screen. You'll see something that says comments.
Oh yeah, I see now. Oh
yeah,
okay.
that's the YouTube. That's the YouTube comments right there.
Oh,
So yeah. So back to what I was going to say.
yeah, we talk.
So yeah, I think after championships, what's that?
Yeah, we talk a lot of topics. I love it. Just keep going. I can.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah. This is how it goes sometimes. I would like to see a women's 300 as well, though.
Oof.
With Sydney McLaughlin,
Gabby Thomas,
Femke Bol.
Yeah, Femke Bol, yeah.
A healthy Sha'Carri Jackson.
I think. In
a 300? No, I was here.
You don't think you don't think just like full speed that way? No. Okay.
300.
What about
600?
What about Shimia Little then?
In the 300? She ain't gonna be able to run with them. Nah, man, come on, man. No.
Never mind then.
That's a deadly race. The Femke, Sydney, a healthy Sha'Carri.
Gabby
Thomas.
Yeah, God.
That's a filthy race. That's up there with the men's race. That might be better than the men's race.
Yeah. Oh my
God. It's close.
Also because they had like 3 million followers combined together now after the Olympics, so they're good marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to oh my God. Yeah.
Exactly, man. No, that'd be
I just listened to you guys talk with Melissa about Christian Coleman running the indoor 60. Do you really think that he wouldn't run it just because he has new?
I think Dennis
because like this guy, I mean, come on, man, you gotta let him run the 60 meters, man. He's unbeatable in the 60. I mean, you know what I mean?
Dennis doesn't like his guys to run the 60 indoor, but Dennis used to run the 60 all the time. He was running.
Yeah, he did.
But he doesn't like his guys running the 60, but you got the world record holder now. And he's a former world champion. He's a current world record holder. I don't think, aside from Justin, Dennis hasn't had someone of this status on the men's side ever.
I agree.
And Justin was near the end of his career. Yeah, Justin still won a world championships, but he wasn't prime Justin. But Christian.
Do you think Christian could get back to his old self again next in 19th season? $1976, right? 1976.
I believe the only way he would have been able to do it is to have a new situation, and he has a new situation. So he's giving himself the best chance to get back to it. His old situation was exhausted. I think he. Ever since he came, once he came back,
it's always
the
last part of the race.
The same.
So. Yeah, it's always the last.
Yeah, it's always been like that. But his transition used to be so nasty back in the day. In the early part of his race, used to be so nasty back in the day that he was able to break down and he'd be fine. Now he's not separating himself like he used to. So guys are getting him.
Yeah. Well, I really, honestly speaking, man, like he deserves to get back to his same levels before because he'd been working super hard, man. I mean, not missing the team in the 100, I was very surprised. Not seeing him on an Olympic team. I mean, I think we called it. I think I commented on your story. You were not calling you live. You were kind of like giving your top 3 at the USA's, and you said that's something like Coleman got to be in top 3, and you were outside of it.
I did. I said Coleman would get top 3 unless Fred wore the Nikes.
That's true, man.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Nikes, man. Those Nikes, man.
And then he wore the Nikes. She got his.
But he signed with them again. He signed with Nike again, right? Fred.
I think so.
Yeah.
But if there's a Nike Foot Fred campaign and I don't get my check cut, I'm flipping tables everywhere, yo.
And I'll help you promote it as well in Jump as well. So we can
That
have
Nike
some
for
more-
Fred shit is mine, yo. I don't give a shit, yo. I'm flying to Oregon to throw tables everywhere. Like this is
Yeah.
my shit. Okay, so check this. There was a rumor back in the day, not a rumor. Sydney McLaughlin said that she wants to try the long jump again. Okay.
Oh yes.
My wife,
I-
Jade
mm,
Johnson, former long jumper, European Championship silver medalist, and 4th place at the Olympics, whatever. She understands the
Mm.
jumps. Said that Sydney would be amazing in the long jump because of how smooth and clean the pace of her 4 hurdles is roughly,
Yeah.
or her 400 is roughly the type of pace you'd have to have approaching the board. And what she did in high school with no training was actually pretty good. You're now training with Bobby Kersey.
I mean, she
you know,
actually, yeah. I mean, you saw the post we did on Jump as well, right? With the run.
I saw that.
We did this, yeah.
Right.
And then she commented. I didn't expect her to comment on that video. Like usually, you never see
I
her
saw
comment
that.
on anything. You never see her comment on anything.
So tell
then,
everyone what the comment was.
What was she saying? She was saying, I kind of miss it though. I want to try it again sometime.
She said, hopefully Bobby will let me do it or something like that.
Oh,
Hopefully I'll get to launch up again. Something like that. Something along those lines.
Oh man. And then I think Tara was saying, please don't. I think Tara said, please don't. I mean,
but to be honest, I don't see who's gonna.
Let's do this. Tara
I don't
Davis
see who's gonna mess with
Sydney
Tara.
McLaughlin in 10-step approach. 10 steps, standing 10 steps. Sydney versus Tara Davis. Just because Tara.
Sydney's not ready yet. Sydney's not ready yet. But if Sydney trains, because I don't see who's gonna beat Tara right now.
1 year, bro. Just 1 year. Just 1 year. Train her for 1 year.
1 year.
And you'll see her pop up to 680 jumps. I think so too. 670, 680. She's just gifted, man. She's very gifted, and that's the thing. Sydney, when you saw her jump 650 or 630 something in high school, like just
that was off no training, man. Her run up was all weird.
Just holding her takeoff leg up and just landing.
Yeah,
like this girl could go so. But again, she loved the hurdles more. So I gotta give it to her.
I think she's gonna do it. You know, I mean,
I hope she will.
Next year's a World Championships. You know what? She'll do it in the 2026. She's not gonna do it next year because she's gonna have to show well for Grand Slam track, I believe. But 2026, I can see her doing it. She's still.
Imagine
24, man.
But imagine the tension that gets to the field events too. Then if she decides to try a long jump.
Yeah, y'all need that. Y'all need that, man.
We all need that, man. I'm not even joking, but not.
It sucks, you know, because.
Remember Bolt said
arguably,
you remember Bolt said?
Yeah, but
if I wasn't long jumping, I would try long jump. 100, I would try a long jump. And then my pal was saying, he can jump 9 meters. He can jump 9 meters. And then he went to this Osterholm meeting, and I don't even know what he jumped there, but
he didn't look as promising as Sydney.
No, bro.
I don't think that prediction would have panned out very well. 9 meters, no. I think Bolt was fine where he was. Sydney, on the other hand, looked like she got some potential.
I wish you. I mean, honestly, but 26 though, that's not a World Championship year, so that will be a good year to try something out. You know.
Yeah. But you know what sucks for y'all?
But we got a European champs. We got a European champs in 26.
Oh, okay. Where's that?
We in Birmingham. So
I'll pass through that.
Yep, yeah. Same here.
You know what sucks for you guys though is you arguably have the best show person in the entire sport on the field side with Tara.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Tara controls the crowd better than anybody in the sport. Who control aside maybe Noah? You know what I'm saying? Noah he has a good relationship with the crowd.
Noah and Tamberi from the high jump from Italy. Trust me, man.
Tamberi is a good one too. He's a good okay.
That's the crazy dude, man. Well. Like the crazy dude. He's my boy, man.
So that's two field people. Two field people.
Yeah.
And Noah's kind of an anomaly. Like not many people really cater to the crowd like that on the track. There's some big names, obviously, and You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
Mondo,
People with
man. Like Mondo,
notoriety.
you gotta give Mondo, man. He bring a lot of attention to the.
He does it with
to
his
the
results,
sport.
though. He does it with his results, though. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
do it with
did. I mean,
his. Tara gets the
90%,
crowd jumping, yo, and so does
90% of my
Tamberi.
friends, yeah, 90% of my friends doesn't know track at all, but they knew who Mondo was at the Olympics. They only knew he was.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
was the guy who kissed his girlfriend in the stands and everything? Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real? Okay.
Good
He
marketing,
does
man.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
does
Okay.
his
All
thing.
right.
I gotta
Yo,
respect that.
Mondo's underrated. You know, Mondo. Yo, we gotta big. Let me big up Mondo real quick because I don't think I give Mondo enough credit because he's making it look so easy. I don't. He's making it look so easy, for one.
Yeah.
He's constantly breaking the world record. Constantly.
Yeah.
He crossed over into the sprints just to create an event. You know what I'm saying? And he competes so much. He's always competing, even after the championships. I don't.
He's
think we
collecting the
give him
checks,
enough
man.
credit.
He's collecting all the checks. That's fact.
You know,
I mean,
I want someone to measure. You know how they show how much higher people are than the bar. I want someone to measure how much over he is already, and give us an idea of how many more times he can break the world record and basically how much money he could make, because he obviously gets a bonus every time.
That's a great post there.
That'd be a good graphic.
Oh, I'll tag you for that credit though.
And I want my check. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
No, you can just partner post me in that. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
no worries, man.
that'd be a good post. That'd be a good post.
I think his jump was 6:26. I think it was in when he broke here right after the. Here's the thing, man. When he won the Olympics, he went to Greece. You saw that on vacation with his girlfriend. He was taking the first flight, just private flight to Greece for 3-4 days, relaxing everything. Comes back to the meet and break the world record again, man. Imagine that. Imagine doing that. That's just how good. That's how good he is, man. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him in college. Even when I was in Arkansas, I saw him competing in high school, like little kid, you know. And look at where he is right now. Yeah. This guy is the face of the sport. I mean, I will say this. Look, Noah might be the face of the sport in a lot of people's eyes, but honestly speaking, Mondo, you
sound like a real field person right now, man. Mondo is a prominent face, but I don't know if he's dominant. The face.
So you think still Noah is the face of the sport?
100%. Noah is the face
he's
right
the
now.
Face of the sport right now.
Or him or Sha'Carri, but Sha'Carri not winning the Olympics didn't help her, but I think she still has that. She would be second after Noah, I think, and then it would be Sydney. I think those are the top.
I'm not biased, man. I'm just speaking out of.
Nah, you're definitely biased, man. You sound like a real field of that person right now.
Man, okay,
definitely
never mind then.
That person right now.
Never mind then. But yeah,
What would you say your highlight of the season was? We're about to get off in the next 10 minutes or so. What would you say?
Like for whole track, the whole thing.
The whole thing. I was gonna say the Olympics. But I think I don't know. I think
is either Sydney McLaughlin's win or Mondo. That's what I think was the highlight of the Olympics.
Sydney's win at the Olympics.
Sydney's race, like domination, like from start to finish.
Yeah,
like people are thinking, oh, it's gonna be a rivalry. It's gonna be like close-up race. Man, I already knew it. Like everyone knew it a long time ago that Sydney will dominate a race.
It was crazy.
And you also saw Femke was trying to get her, like trying to follow her speed. You saw like the first couple of hurdles, but it's just like hard. I mean, you gotta get credit to Femke. I mean, running sub 51 on it, but still 50.3 it's a big difference. You know
about that. Yeah,
but
now,
I was actually
she ran horrible in the Olympic final. She came third. Remember, she came third. She ended up Anna Cockerill ended up beating her. She ended up running like 52, I think.
American, but she messed up her steps, I think, in the last couple of hurdles in the final. You know what I mean? But hurdles is just so brutal, man. Her hurdles is so brutal, event. Like you can just one miss and you out. You know what I mean? But I honestly, like I would say Mondo will be my highlight of the Olympics. That's not just because I'm a field jumper or long jumper or whatever. But if Shane won the 100, I would put that as my highlight of the whole Olympics.
Why only if Shane won? Well, you don't want to put Noah as a highlight.
I bet too much money on Shane not to wish he will win, man. Man.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So what were the odds like? Were some pretty good odds?
Pretty high, man. Pretty high. It was 3 times the money back if Shane won.
Serious.
And I put $2,000 on it. $2,000 on him. But it was money I could say, look, it's one in a lifetime. I'm not a bettor like that, but when it comes to track and field Olympics, 4 years, it's fun to watch when you have someone you can, see that you win something. And when I saw the race, I knew it in the depth. I knew we all got it. I didn't even know a photo finish or whatever. I knew he. You know what I mean? When track athletes had eyes, we knew that he won the race.
Yeah. I see that.
I mean, shout out to him for winning, but still, I hoped we had Jamaican on top of the throne again. Not to talking anything down to the Americans watching right now, but I wish we will see some Jamaican on top of the podium again one day. That's just my take to it.
Well, shoot, we'll see what happens. You see, Akeem Blake won the Diamond League final out of nowhere in 100. So,
what do you mean? Oh, Akeem Blake? Oh, yeah.
He won the
Diamond League.
He ran horrible in the Olympics.
That was a surprise. That was
a huge surprise. I didn't expect him anywhere in the mix.
Huge surprise. No. That was a huge surprise. I mean, mentally, man. Mental game plays a big role, too, in the big champs, Yeah. You can ask Asala Powell about that as well. So
yeah, exactly. My highlight.
It's sad, man.
What was my highlight?
It's so sad that he couldn't get it out to his real potential in the big champs.
I know.
Imagine struggling running sub 10 in the Olympics in Beijing and run 9.74 1 week later in was it in Zurich in
Rieti. Yeah.
No. Rieti was not at the Olympic. No, he ran 9.7 something right after. Lausanne.
Yeah. You're right.
When you just
I was thinking 07.
Oh yeah.
He did the same thing in 07 too, though. He lost. Yeah.
07 jogging thing. Yeah. But I'm talking about the after Olympics thing.
Yeah, crazy.
But still, it's just
Crazy.
It is what it is. It's sport. So. But we got
rules beat you up too. Yeah, go on. Sorry, someone giving us a shout out.
Well,
Emacs rules is saying big up to Lenny Manson and Andreas.
No, man, I just want to say I appreciate what you do for the sport, man. I really do appreciate what you do for the sport. I think you.
Respect, man.
I mean, I like listening to you. I like you being honest. You have no filter when it comes to I love that. I love that, man.
Respect, man.
You're just gonna continue doing you, and I really hope that we can work together sometime. Hopefully next year we're gonna do something.
Yeah, big. Man. Absolutely, man. We'll definitely make something happen. Yeah, and you gotta make sure I get once y'all start making some hoodies. I need one of those.
We're trying to get to
large.
It's kind of fun. We have it right here, but it's not even released yet. It's not going to be released, but we are getting into the competition gear as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it from distance, but let me try to see it. This is the sign of it. Super nice. It's if you can see it's hard to see, but it's actually look like a tree, like those riddles in the middle of the tree. You know what I mean? Like when you look at the tree.
Yeah.
And the story behind this is the Vikings, in Denmark, we were here. So it's kind of like going into the Vikings history of the creation of jumpers. So it's like a whole story to it, so and it's made the same place that Nike make those as well and everything. So it's just a lot of research. And just looking forward to see it on Diamond League circuit, man. It'll be great to see some of my stuff there. It'll be very cool.
Hell yeah, man. That'd be big, man.
And I'll see you in the hoodie as well. I'll make just one for you, just one specialized.
Respect.
Yo,
big up. Yo, for all those who aren't following Jumpers World, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and follow Andreas Trajkovski.
You got that right, man. Thank you so much. Well, just call me AT. AT is easier.
All right, yeah, man. If you want to know what's going on the field side, you want to know what's going on in the jumps and everything, on the green side of the sport, yo. Go ahead and see what's going on over there. Big you up every day, all day, yo. And yeah, we'll be in touch, yeah?
Appreciate it, man. Take care. See you.
I respect, yo. Peace. All right, viewers. I'm gonna get ready to close this show out. Got a few things I want to talk about before I leave. Just a few. Nothing crazy. Some things that were on my mind. For those who watch the Diamond League finals, right? First off, I think it's clear that the brand of what that is, they're not really planning on changing it. I'd say for the last 5 years, it's been exactly the same. And that's cool. If that's what you guys want to do, cool. Keep it exactly like that. The reality is, the issue of it not selling isn't going to change. It's not like you could just keep on doing the same thing and then people are going to be like, hey, I actually like this. How did I miss this? It's not going to be like that. There's got to be something different about it. It felt for track fans, and I'm pretty sure that's all the people that were watching was track fans. And we don't need that. Track fans are going to be there. So let's do some stuff to try and reach some other people. It was absolutely ridiculous that Sydney was at this competition and running in exhibition races. She wasn't even part of the broadcast. They showed highlights of her race. Who cares? They probably paid for her to be there. So they paid for her to be in some exhibition races. And even if they didn't pay her, why would you not pay her to be in? I'm just confused. Like, I can't think of any race, that has some kind of story behind it. What race had a story? What was the story of what was a story in the Diamond League final? Please tell me in the chat. I'll read it out loud. I just want to know. Actual random. Stop being disrespectful. I'm raising a point. Okay. You guys are harping on the fact that Sydney didn't run on the circuit. Okay, cool. But look at Carl Lewis made a comment on the post I made and was like, that meet in Brussels was big before the Diamond League. It had nothing to do with the Diamond League. The Diamond League isn't what's making these races big. It's the people. It's the characters. It's the matchups. That's what sells track and field. The matchups. Some stories. Some competition. That's why everyone likes the Olympics. It's nothing outside of that, really, aside from the fact that the best are racing the best. To see Sydney racing in a B race was ridiculous. Now, that would have been a story that Sydney, who had the number one time in the 400 last year, ahead of Paulinho, and opened faster than anybody this year, opened faster than Paulinho's ever opened, wanted to run the 400. So let them clash. That would have been something to be excited about, yo. What was there to be excited about? I'm still waiting in the chat. What was there to be excited about the Diamond League final, yo? Give us something, yo. Actual Random says she can run an Athlos. Man, don't get me started on that. If you want to see me not get started, don't get me started on that. Diamond League is a boring, outdated concept and it's killing the sport. Berto Yardi said it. I'm just repeating his comment. But since he brought it up, I'm just saying, like, we got to shake it up a little bit. They could have gotten Sydney in that race somehow, and they should have. Some people want to say they want the sport to transcend on one side of their mouth, and then they'll be like, well, it's against the rules, the other side of their mouth. Like, come on, man. It's like, she's there. She's there. You know how ridiculous it is to see her run faster than the Olympic champion in another race? In a B race, she ran faster than the Olympic champion in the main race. That's crazy. Actual Random said, how is it killing the sport? If they didn't have Diamond League, would athletes be making more money and would more people be watching? Don't be silly. Sebco, is that you? Are you Actual Random? Is that you? Because Actual Random is very, very, very pro world athletics. Hey, I love track and field, so I got to be somewhat pro world athletics. I'm just saying they're very nitpicky on what the athletes do, so we're allowed to be nitpicky on what they do. Are we not? Or is the nitpicking only going one way, only towards the athletes? They need the athletes to be at a standard. We need them to be at a standard. So I'm calling their shit out too. What? I want them to get better. Any coach is going to nitpick on what their athlete is doing because they want them to get better. I would like world athletics to get better. So I will nitpick. Yes. Something needs to be done with the Diamond League. And that would have been something because Sydney has a huge following. She crosses over. Some outlets, more outlets would have been aware of the race. And shit. There'd have been some more eyes. I don't know, man. If people feel like we're in a position where we could just be like, oh, we don't need those eyes, then they got a very inaccurate scope of things. Very inaccurate. I came across this post the other day, and I don't know if y'all seen this. I think it was on the Diamond League page. And it was talking about the Letsile Tebogo and Fred Curley bromance. This is the second time I've seen this in the sport. Back in 2016, when Andre DeGrasse was trying to take the throne of Usain, they were having some gamesmanship during the Olympics, and then everyone wanted to talk about the bromance. Why is it track and field is the sport that is putting these fierce competitors in this bromance box? What's this bromance stuff? Is that going to sell? Is that going to be like, are people going to start watching the sport because they want to see the bromances? What is the point of pushing these bromances? No one cares about no one cares about the bromances, right? Nobody. It does nothing. I don't understand what the selling point is for bromances. Let's not do that anymore. We would like to know that they are fierce competitors. I think the vast majority of the public would be more intrigued to watch and more intrigued to learn who these guys are if they're competitors. Okay? No one wants to hear about bromances. It doesn't make any sense to me. Can we stop with the bromance stuff? Let's stop with the bromance stuff. Let me see what y'all are saying. Fred's a real one. Looked up for Tebogo when he most needed it. That's manly. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, look it. Fred looked out for Tebogo. I get it. Cool. That's fine. I'm glad they made that post where Tebogo was talking about that. I'm totally fine with that. I'm talking about the way they captioned it. They captioned it as a bromance. What? No, all in the game. I'm not talking about Fred reaching out and, oh my gosh, man. Listen to me, man. I'm not talking about the gesture. I love the gesture. I love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he was there for him. What I'm saying is that is not a bromance. They're cool. Why are we pushing this bromance? I feel like I've seen this numerous times. I can't remember off the top of my head. I only named another situation where I've seen it. But that's a thing in track and field. They're pushing these bromances. Like, come on, man. I'm sure that's not the intention of why Letsile even said this shit. He wasn't trying to make it seem like we got a bromance. It's like, this cat was there for me when I was dealing with some shit. Cool, that's tight. I like that too. But what the fuck? Emax rules. I agree. Bromance won't sell. Messi and Ronaldo would never, and that rivalry would never, and that rivalry sold. You see, even though they got, you know, common respect, and, you know what I'm saying, would they ever sell a bromance if they see people seeing them shaking hands, or if they heard that Messi, you know, helped Ronaldo out with the situation? What is this? Actual random, I know who you are now, so I get where you're coming from. I'm not reaching, man. I'm just saying what I'm feeling, man, or what I'm thinking. If you disagree, disagree. Some people agree. Okay. My last point before I get off of here. Something I've been kind of poking at here and there. But I'm interested in what you guys think about this, all right? If you guys agree, you agree. If you don't agree, you don't agree. Okay? I like creative ideas. I like unique ways of conveying the sport. I like track and field to not be so traditional all the time. Okay. But with that being said, I don't think we need a women's only track meet. It's off brand. A women's only track meet is off brand. Track and field, how it's separated itself, is the fact that both the men and women compete at a high level. Both the men and the women draw the same amount of attention. And really, it's the standard of what I thought the aim of women's sport was, to have balance. All these movements we're seeing for sport, correct me if I'm wrong, all the women's movements happening in WNBA, soccer, football, they're trying to get balance. That's what the fight is. It's not for the women to supersede the men. It's not for separation. They're trying to find the balance, which track and field has. We have the balance. So as far as someone coming in order to break the balance, to give the woman the shine, I'm just confused. I don't get it. Are the women not getting any shine? Chat? Are the women not getting any shine? Are the men holding back the women? How does this even come about? I'll tell you how it comes about. It fits. Let me say this first. I really appreciate the fact that Alexis Ohanian has stepped up and provided a platform for track and field, and he's going to give Athlos a legitimate platform. It looks like the way it's being built up, it looks like it's going to be something that's legit, right? And I can appreciate that, but it's not track and field. This isn't track and field. I see what he's done to help women's soccer, football. I've seen, the balance in the eyes and the attention of women's soccer in comparison with the men's is very clear. The men have way more attention than the women in soccer. And I've seen what he's done in that to try and help that. That's commendable. But as far as bringing that motive to track and field, it's off brand. I just feel like it's off brand. It's odd to me. And I know that his mandate is to push and promote women's sport. He made a joke about one day getting women's soccer to be better than men's soccer. He said it as a joke, at least I thought. But now I'm wondering, is I don't know, is this are we pushing to give them the edge now? In as far as the men are concerned in track and field? Because in general, look at both sides, both the men and the women have been going through the shit that the track and fields were bringing for the past couple decades, yo. So as far as just throwing the lifesaver to the women, it's kind of like, what? Am I tripping right now? Still mad people. ACC. Bro, you already told me not to say it. And I'm just expressing myself, man. And I've seen Alexis. I've seen him interviewed a couple times. I would love to have a discussion with him about this because maybe I'm just not seeing what his vision is. I've watched a few interviews with him to see where he's coming from as far as it's concerned, and I'm not hearing anything that's changing the questions I have as far as this is concerned. You know what movie I watched the other day? And if you guys haven't seen it, watch the movie Indecent Proposal. Okay, Indecent Proposal is a movie that was made back in the 90s, yeah. And it had Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore, and Robert Redford. Okay, I'll give you a quick synopsis. Basically, this married couple becomes broke. Okay, they went to Vegas. So the dude, Woody Harrelson, borrowed some money from his dad, and he was like, "I got an idea." Took his money, went to Vegas to try and double the money. Right when he went to Vegas, and his wife is beautiful. Went to Vegas. Some billionaire noticed his wife. Right, she was dress shopping and it was this expensive ass dress shop. So the billionaire kind of spat at her, and she could tell that he was rich or whatever, but she kind of gave him the cold shoulder because she's married, right? Anyways, they lose all the money, right? In the distance, the billionaire saw them lose all the money. So he basically brought the girl in to help him win some money in craps, just to kind of cheer her up, right? She won him $1 million. Okay. So afterwards, he's playing pool with the dude, the husband, and he was like, "Look, I've got a proposal for you. I'll give you $1 million to have your wife for one night." Right? Yo. At first they kind of got mad at the proposal because what is this guy coming in saying he's gonna give me $1 million to be what? Hell no. They stormed out of there, right? That night they're up at night really thinking about it because they're broke. They just lost everything. They lost everything, right? They're both broke. So now they're left in this position where they got to make this decision to actually this husband's got to let his wife sleep with this dude to get the $1 million because they really need the money, right? Now, what I took from the movie, which the reason why I really like the movie is you can see it from everybody's angle. The billionaire sees something that he really likes, and that woman actually makes him feel something that most women don't. He really needed to have it for himself. It was for selfish reasons. He needed it. He needed her, right? The woman, she's in a marriage where she loves who she's with, but she's like, she wants a better life, and she's kind of battling with the thought of doing it because, it's a simpler life if we get this money, right? And the dude is kind of like, yo, man, like he designed the house that he had to give up because he couldn't pay for it no more, and he wants to be able to keep that, and he wants to be able to make sure he keep his wife happy and whatever. The married couple needed the money, right? This billionaire came and was, threw the money down just so he can have the wife for his personal needs. Okay. The reality is they were so in love, they would have made it somehow. Maybe they would have struggled, but by the end of the movie, they realized that they made the wrong decision. I probably ruined the movie for you. Whatever, you should still watch it. But they ended up going through with it, regretted it. End of the movie, they ended up back together. Whatever. The way I look at this women's only track meet is like an indecent proposal. The men and the women have been dealing with the shit that's been going on in track and field for decades. And in general, look at, you could look at track and field as a whole, as a sport, if it's invested in properly on both sides, it'll be fine. But you have someone coming in, taking the women and using it for their own personal mandate with this women's only movement when it's not even necessary, because we have balance. We have the balance. It's not on brand, and I feel like putting the women in the position where they got to make that decision to go and do another event like that with the men just kind of here scratching themselves is kind of like, I don't know, man. It's just doesn't make no sense to me. I'm sorry. Sorry, it doesn't. Chat, if y'all agree, let me know. If you don't, cool. But will I watch? Yeah. Do I hope it's a success? Yeah. I want to see the women do well. You know what I'm saying? Is it on brand? No. Is it something that if an investor came in and wanted to invest some money into the sport, is this something I would propose to them? No. Gabby Thomas is the lead name for it, the lead face for it. Is she incapable of being the face for both sides of the sport? No, she's not incapable. She could have been the face for both. Not only a women's only movement. Come on, man. Actual random. Why do your comments always stick out so much? I agree, it's not necessary, but they have the opportunity to make more money. Why not take it? Did you not hear my whole soliloquy? I'm not hating on the women for taking it. Obviously, they're going to take it. That's why I brought up indecent proposal. They got to take it. But I'm just saying, putting them in that position is kind of like, it's not favorable for the sport. Just like it wasn't favorable for the marriage in indecent proposal. It's not favorable. It's favorable for one thing, and it has nothing to do with the sport. I could be wrong. If they're trying to pivot this into something else, cool. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. But you got a women's only meet happening the end of September in New York. Do you know what the weather's going to be like in New York at the end of September? Are the stars going to be running? I'm not even going to get into that part, yo. Look at, man. I just had to say what I thought about that, yo, because it's just, I think track and field is the standard of how it should be. Men and women having perfect balance in sport. Breaking the balance for what? The purpose of breaking the balance is for what? Well, I don't know. I guess it's opened up the scenario for men to have a men's only something, even though they probably won't. Actual random. See, look it. You were shitting on what I was saying a second ago, and you're saying yes, the beat will probably flop. I don't want it to flop, but I'm just saying it shouldn't even be in this position right now. If it flops, it's even worse. For what I'm trying to say, because it's already not doing anything. If it's gonna negatively affect them, I'm not trying to have that happen either, yo. Yes, September 26th is very late. Satoshi Shinachi. Yeah, it's late. But it's not about track and field, yo. It's about making sure that women are getting their shine when they're already getting their shine in our sport. I'm not talking about that anymore, man. Whatever, man. I hope it's successful. It's off brand. That's all that's making it hard. That's what's making it hard to appreciate. But look, I hope it does well. Fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Alexis Ohanian made this decision on his own. I think he may have. Well, you know what? At first, I thought he may have been advised incorrectly. But then I was watching some of his interviews, and I realized, you know what? He's very for this women's movement. So maybe he saw an opportunity here with some very strong women in sport, and he's using it for this movement that has nothing to do with our sport. But I would love to talk to him about it. It doesn't even have to be on camera. I don't know, whatever. I would love for it to be a conversation for all you guys to be a part of. But there's a lot of questions I have as far as it. It's not as simple as just, oh, it's a cool event. Oh, Make the Stallion's going to be there. Oh, it's going to be in New York. Oh, it's going to be have all the bells and whistles. All right. The sport could have used that. Okay. Shit. Top brand. Okay. That's enough for me tonight, man. We'll wrap it up there. Check this out. The season's done, but I'm gonna be having some content. I'm gonna be doing lives randomly here and there, yo. If you're not following the Track and Field Network, go ahead and do that. Also go ahead and follow right here on Instagram, Anson_Henry. A lot of clips coming out. We got a few mini docs coming out on the Track and Field Network. Ryan Krause is going to be the first one. Next one's going to be Michael Johnson. Next one after that's going to be Otto Bolden. Is there one more? I think that's it. But yeah, those would be cool. Make sure you tune into those. Make sure you're telling your friends about the Track and Field Network. It's growing. It's growing fast, man. Yeah, man, I wasn't trying to offend nobody, man. I'm just trying, you know what I'm saying, express how I feel as far as how this affects the sport, because that's what I think of the sport. Big up the Sprint Culture Vultures. After Ryan said, brought their t-shirt and say, women's track is that weird. I ain't gonna get into that stuff, man. I said my piece as far as what's bothering me, man. Big you all up, yo. Make sure you're following all those platforms, yo. And yeah. If there's anything else that I forgot to say, yo. Big you all up every day, yo. Be good to each other. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. Peace.
We talking sprint culture, we talking track and field. When the gunshot lick it, give a man the chills. We talking speed demons like Usain. The red track where a legend really makes their name. The US and Jamaica, they run the sprinting game. There's nothing like the Olympics for your claim to fame. When you break the world record, you show you ain't the same. From the men to the women, times are insane. Yeah, we talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture. We talking sprint culture.